So this week's GTA Online weekly update has dropped and we have a little bit of new content in that the Vapid Firebolt ASP is now available to buy from the website. So if you want to buy this, you can head over to Southern San Andreas Supersport and you can pick this up for 1.8 million. However, many people already have this, including myself. Now, some people did it the correct way in that they went through all 4 of the tier levels for the career progress for the Agents of Sabotage DLC. I didn't do that. I bought it from someone who did. However, now the car is actually released to buy, I thought it was worth looking at whether it's actually worth claiming it for free or whether you should just forget about it and buy it, because the Agents of Sabotage DLC is one of those DLCs that is grindable. And by grindable I mean it pays enough to justify doing the missions repeatedly. If you look at my career progress, I haven't unlocked all that many because some of these are painful. Some of them are actually okay. And at first look, the Agents of Sabotage one looks okay too. Because as you see here, I've only done a handful of these because I haven't actually had time to really dive into this DLC much. But even though I've only done 6 files, I believe, I've still cleared off the first 3 tiers of the career progress. So that means all I need to get this car for free is to clear tier 4. So let's have a look at what you need to do for tier 4. So for tier 4, we have to complete all the mission challenges, complete 25 files, and unlock 9 platinum awards. Now the 25 files is going to be easy. The mission challenges is just about remembering what you need to do for each one. So, quick rundown of those. For the brute force file, you need to reach Fort Zancudo within 5 minutes, you need to reach the loading bay undetected, and you need to destroy 5 vehicles with the Scarab. For the black box file, you need to destroy all 4 engines on the plane, recover all of the plane contents, so there were 2 extra crates to pick up as well as the one you get from the cockpit, and you need to get 5 kills during the escape. For the fine art file, you need to enter undetected, you need to find the switch within 1 minute, and you need to take all 3 cabinet contents. And for the project breakaway file, you need to locate the hideout within 5 minutes, you need to get 15 headshots, and you need to collect the black books and the server blades. Now, all of those optional extras are incredibly easy to do. It's just a matter of remembering which ones you need to do on which mission. So, that part of the career progress is easy, but the one that isn't is this one here. Complete all platinum awards. So let's head over and have a look at the platinum awards. So, for the platinum you're going to have to complete 50 planning works. We're going to do that anyway. You need to earn 2.5 million, so for the gold award, so that's probably going to go up to 5 or 10 million for the platinum award. Not a problem, it pays reasonably well, you're going to hit that fairly quickly. The tricky one is this one over here. To get platinum for this, you need to complete 50 of the files. And that's where the grind comes in. For a lot of these career progress rewards, you will find there's one, quite often it's complete all the platinum awards, where there is just a huge amount of repetitive stuff to be done. So what I thought I'd do is I would actually have a look at whether that's worthwhile. So what I did, I fired up a session and I thought I'll go through a couple of these files because I've only done these a handful of times, so this is not a speedrun guide. I'll get that straight out there straight away. This is not a speedrun guide. If you've come here looking for a guide to how to do these missions perfectly, you are in the wrong place. You need to be over here. You need to go see Dead Man Down Under. I'll link a couple of his videos in this description. He gets to grips with these missions far faster than I do. He does great guides. So yeah, if that's what you're after, I would go over there and check his stuff. What I'm doing, I'm seeing whether you should bother. So bearing in mind this is only the 2nd time I've done each of these, so each of the ones that I'm choosing to do today I've only done once before. So whizzing through, they're actually fairly straightforward missions, to be fair. And this first one, the Project Breakaway file, ended up taking me a touch over half an hour. So considering that it's my second time at doing it, if you were grinding these out, you're going to get that down to 20 minutes easily, possibly even down to 15. But then when you look at the number that you need to do, because essentially looking at the career progress rewards, I think the only one you need to focus on is complete the 50. Because by completing the 50, by default, you'll pretty much hit everything else that you need to do. You'll probably earn enough money, you'll probably complete enough of the prep missions, you'll probably hit all of the challenges for each of the missions at some point on doing those 50. So you can kind of forget about everything else and just focus on that. So what I thought I'd do, I'd sort of take myself as a reasonable example. So I've done 6. I'm going to do 2 as part of this video. So that leaves me with 42 that I would need to complete. So what I'm going to do is have a look at how long it takes me to do these couple, and then do a little bit of maths and figure out whether it's actually worth it. So as we went through this first one, that took a touch over 30 minutes, which isn't bad, you know, it's not brilliant, but then again, I wasn't speed running, or I wasn't even playing particularly well, to be honest. So then I decided for the second one I would do the one, because I have done them all, but only like once. I mean, there are a couple that I've done twice, and I remembered the brute force file, the one with the scarab, being the one that took the longest, partially because you are in the facility for a very long time. It takes quite a while to get to the scarab in the first place, and then it was a very long and very slow escape. So I thought, if that's going to be the longest one, let's do that as well, and then we'll come up with some sort of average. So working through the second one, this actually took closer to 45 minutes. Now I did die a little bit, but honestly I think if you follow some of the guides, get over to Deadman Down Under, have a look at some of his guides, I think again this, based on how difficult it was, the 45 minutes it took me was definitely a skill issue. Definitely. I think again you'll be looking at 20-25 minutes for this one. So what I decided to do is take it as an average of 20 minutes per FIB file. So considering that I need to complete 42 of these, and that's going to take 20 minutes each, that's 14 hours of gameplay it would take me to do the 50 files. 14 hours of gameplay. So looking at this at a very basic level, the car costs 1.8 million. So if you're only doing this to get the car, then a Kaio can be done in 50 minutes. In fact, you can, if you're speedrunning, you can do it without glitches in sort of 35 to 45 minutes, but most people, once they've got their eye in, should be able to run through a Kaio in 50 minutes. So 2 of those, and you've got enough for the car. So you've got a choice between under 2 hours or 14 hours if all you want out of this is the car. But that's not really the full picture, because if you were to go through and do the full career progress, you would earn some money as well. So what I thought I'd do is factor that in. So let's assume that you're going to do the priority file once a week, and you're going to do each of the other files once a day. That means you'll be doing 22 heists per week. That means it will take you 2 weeks to get through the full career progress, and during that you will earn around $7 million, and you'll get the free car, which is worth 1.8, and that's in 2 weeks work. Now if you were to put the same amount of effort into running Cayo Perico heists, you would actually be able to run, oh well, you can't run 0.8. It comes out at 16.8, but you can't run 0.8 of a heist. So we'll say you'd be able to run 16 Cayo Perico heists, which would net you 18 million. And that's in the same amount of time. So that gives you enough to buy the car, the HSW upgrades, and you're still going to have over 10 million in the bank. So if all you want out of this is the car, then I would honestly say don't bother with career progress. It's going to take you forever. It'd be so much faster to just do a couple of KOs and buy it. However, if you're doing it for the achievement, then this is one that is definitely achievable. I think I will probably get this anyway, not that I will grind for it. I think it's just because it's a business I am going to run a little bit on the side. I think eventually, maybe in a month or two, I'll probably just end up picking this up, so I'll end up with 2 of the ASPs, which is not a bad thing because it's a bloody good car. So, the moral of this story, to hell with career progress. Just run other missions and buy the car. So if you just run 1 KO per day for a week, that will give you enough to buy the car and the upgrades, and as much as you would have got if you'd have actually put all that effort into doing nothing but FIB files for 2 weeks solid. I hope that was useful, and I'll see you all in the next one.